undefined. Out here on the road, so many men with talent, only few have the soul. As I'm looking at my face and blood, I wonder if I am alone.
Good for you, little man. Little man? For you. Me, the little man. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something else. Honest, I'm not bullshitting here. This is one of the nicest boats that I've ever been on. I got it.
I'm now in heaven.
いただきます。